Hey everybody, this is Mike with Birdman Gaming, and this is the Money in the Bank prediction episode. So we're just gonna get right down into it with the kickoff show. Um, but before I do, if you like this, give it a thumbs up. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already. Um, hit the bell icon to be notified when I post something new. And with that being said, we're going to jump into this. Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the Usos in the kickoff show. I'm I'm wanting to see the Usos win. However, Daniel Bryan and Rowan will possibly have have some sort of interference by Bray Wyatt sometime during the match. He's been teasing this return for over a month, so I have a feeling he might pop up, and if that's the case, Daniel Bryan and Rowan will win. Um, the U.S. Championship with Samoa versus Ray. They they didn't do this right at Mania with Joe tapping Ray completely out in less than a minute. It was pathetic. They need a good showing. I don't know if they want to continue this feud or not beyond this, because Joe has been ragging on Dominic, which is Rey Mysterio's actual son, for a month, basically. Um, do I? Ray has a tendency in the big matches against bigger people to win. He did beat Big Show years ago for the heavyweight championship, so I won't put it past him. Um, but Dominic might get involved, which would go with a DQ, and in that case, Samoa Joe wins. I think, honestly, though, if they want to continue the feud, it's Joe, and that's where I think it's going to go. They like to beat a dead horse. They like to beat feuds into the ground. Roman Reigns versus Elias. I see Reigns winning by DQ because Shane's gonna get involved. The Miz versus Shane McMahon. I see Shane getting the win. Well, it is a steel cage match. Hold on a second. I was thinking Shane would get the win because Roman would get involved. However, it's Shane versus The Miz in a steel cage. That puts it over to The Miz. Shane's going to do some crazy stuff, but it will be The Miz winning. Um, Alexa Bliss is no longer in the women's Money in the Bank. So we're looking at Nikki Cross, Bayley, Natalia, Naomi, Carmella, Dana Brooke, Mandy Rose, and Ember Moon for the women's Money in the Bank. And honestly, I mean, CBS has Mandy Rose picked to win, and I don't I don't deny that she's good. At the same time, I could see Bayley winning. I can't see Natalia or Naomi. Carmella was last year. I don't see her doing it. I mean, 2 years ago, I don't see her doing two really quick like that. Um, Dana Brooke is a possibility, and so's Nikki Cross, honestly, because they could always do a Nikki Cross wins for Alexa Bliss, and then um, turns on Alexa and starts a feud there. So, I only have, personally, I only have like two picks, and that's Nikki Cross or Bailey. The Bailey win is because she actually deserves it. She puts in good work. So, one other person picked Bailey at CBS. So, Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin versus Drew McIntyre versus Ricochet versus Randy Orton versus Andrade versus Ali in the men's Money in the Bank. Okay. Sami Zayn will not win it. I don't think they give it to Corbin because people do not like him at all, and that would just be a waste of a briefcase. They've tried it once before and just ruined it. McIntyre puts in good work. So I could see McIntyre. Ricochet's been doing really well. So Ricochet was one of the more recent call-ups from NXT, but he was putting in work, great work down in NXT. Andrade could possibly do it, but I don't think Andrade is going to get a title shot until at least SummerSlam. Maybe Survivor Series. Ali is, is another Ricochet. He puts in great work. However, he's very injury prone right now. So, and so's Finn. Really, Finn has been getting injured a lot here lately. Again, so my pick really would be Ricochet, maybe Andrade. Let's see who CBS picks. Two of the guys at CBS pick Sami Zayn, and one picks Andrade. Women's Championship for Raw, Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans. I picked Becky. They've built her very strong. Lacey Evans is way too new on the main roster, and putting a belt on her in her first, one of her first singles matches at a pay-per-view would be a mistake. I could see them doing it Monday on Raw. They'd do a rematch because I think there's going to be some shenanigans. Maybe Ronda Rousey would be at ringside or something, and there'd be some sort of shenanigans. But I don't see Lacey winning this one. I see Becky. One person at CBS picks Lacey, the other two pick Becky. SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. This one's a lot more difficult to pick. Because Charlotte is the golden child on SmackDown. She's Ric Flair's daughter. So I know WWE really likes the legacies. Personally, I do not like Charlotte Flair. Becky's been putting in great mic work and great ring work, even when she was quote unquote injured. So if Lacey Evans wins the Raw belt, Becky Lynch wins the SmackDown Championship. If Becky wins the Raw Championship, Charlotte wins the SmackDown Championship. That way, it possibly breaks them up from being on the same brand. And that's actually what I see happening is Becky winning Raw and Charlotte winning the SmackDown. That way, you have two very strong people that are already established on separate brands. Okay. All three people at CBS picked Charlotte to win. SmackDown Championship. Kofi versus Kevin. Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens. Honestly, I'd love to see Kofi keep the belt until SummerSlam. I really would. Kevin Owens is really strong, though. They could put rebuild him as a monster heel. But I think Kofi's going to hold the belt until SummerSlam. One guy picked Kevin, the other two picked Kofi. Universal Championship. Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. This is going to be one of the matches of the night. Honestly, they both put in amazing work. They're great mic personas. They're great. Just, I've not seen them in a singles match against each other. I know they've had them prior to being in WWE. I just never have seen it. I saw a lot of AJ's work over in Impact, and he was really good back then. So, this is going to be a fun match to watch. I expect some high flying. I expect some mat work just to show off their talents. I don't see a clean win. I agree with CBS saying that Seth's going to win. I don't see it being clean. I see possibly a bad angle for the ref and AJ's shoulder being up. That way it continues the feud until not Elimination Chamber, but Extreme Rules next month. Just to keep showing their talent. Because they're both very talented individuals. I don't see any cash-ins. But then again, it could always happen. There could always be a cash-in since both of the title matches are after the Money in the Bank matches. All the title matches are after the Money in the Bank matches. So you could always have a cash-in after. So, last year we had a woman's cash-in after the Money in the Bank. And it was Alexa cashing in on Nia Jax and Ronda to regain the championship. So, I don't know. Anyway, those are my predictions for tonight. I don't know how close I'm going to be to the actual results. Really don't. I know my Mania predictions, I was 4 off out of the 3,800 matches. It felt like it. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit the little bell icon down in the next to the subscription button to be notified when I post something new. Remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, be good to one another, and I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.